Hey, hey, what?
Huh? What's
What?
up?
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm getting rid of all this Kamala debris. Get her ass up out of here. She ain't got to go home, but she got to get the hell out of here.
Man, what's wrong with you, dude? Let's bring Nice Guy so he can bring some balance to this show, man. What's wrong with your ass, dude? Come on, bro.
Anyways, greetings and salutations, Focus Up family. Welcome to the November 9, 2024 installment of the Focus Up Show. We thank you for tuning in with us live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on YouTube and various other platforms, or catching up with us on replay. And we ask that you click that like, that subscribe, that bell, and share to support and maintain your weekly Focus Up fix. I am Mr. Nice Guy, nice as in the word saint spelled backwards. And my co-host today, we got, first of all, Sue. We got Sue, Lady Sue. What's up going on with you? You know,
hello, gentlemen. Thank you for having me.
We brought Brother Camille Shabazz back. What's going on with you, brother? We have Student X, our Minister of Information. We have Walk, our Minister of Fullness, of Ignorance, you know, representing the host of Sex Talk Walk every Thursday at 9 p.m. And we have the boss man. He don't like to be referred to a boss because, you know, this is a circus and he don't want to claim none of this. But anyway, what's going on with you, Mr. Floyd?
No sour grapes, bro. No sour grapes. I know you butt hurt. I know you butt hurt right now, bro. It was a tough loss. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I am not hurt at all. I expected the white guy to win. That's how this works.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's how that works. But that having been said, you know, what's going on with you, Brother Walt? Oh, first, let me say, okay, wait. We down a few soldiers today. First Lady J's taking care of some business. So, you know, that's what's going on. Salute to you, sister. And infamous El Poo, you know, this is his work weekend. So he's got to take care of what he's got to take care of. So, you know, shout out to that brother. That's why we're not going to have that spin that back. And we're going to have a mutant politics, you know, with Brother Charles X. So that having been said, oh yeah, and then this is one other guy that's going to be showing up. What's going on with you, Brother Afro Agnostics?
Hey, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Sound good, and you sound great. Right on time, brother. Let's get it on. Okay, so what's going on with you, Brother Walt?
Man, I'm chilling, ready to go. Had a good week. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Yeah, you know this.
I thought you would be down and out because Kamala lost. Walk.
That's why I got my glasses on. That's why my glasses are on. I can't see me crying.
Okay.
Lady Sue, what's going on with you? Thank you for coming on the show and trying to balance out some of this crazy testosterone. And
I see you guys are crazy.
My apologies in advance. It's probably going to go to a very dark place.
It's okay. Well, thank you for having me. And I feel a little defeated this week, but you know, we live to fight another day. How about that?
That's what's up. That's right. You know, Student X, my brother. What's going on with you folks?
Yes, sir. Excited for another week and having the honor of being on the show, and can't wait to do this at Meeting Politics later on too. We have some wonderful guests that's going to be on there. I should say participants and brothers, and it's going to be a great show.
That's what's up. Brother Afro Agnostics, what's going on with you in Georgia?
Oh, yeah. You know, apologies for the delay, and, but just happy to be here, so I don't want to hold up too much more time.
Oh no, we was right on time, brother. You're right with the show. And Brother Camille Shabazz, I already know we're gonna be going back and forth, but you know, I support you, brother. You know, I welcome you on the show, and you know what? I respect the nation. I may not be, you know, my ideals may not line up totally with the nation, but they line up enough that I respect and appreciate what they've been. And I understand a lot of you people are ex-nation. Y'all not the nation now, but the bottom line is, you know, I appreciate people coming from that trajectory. That's what I'm saying.
Well, thank you. It's been a wonderful week. It's been like Christmas, you know. November 5th was like Christmas to us over here.
Okay, well
So it was a wonderful day.
That's good.
You know?
What's going on with you, Mr. Floyd X?
Hey man, I'm chilling. I'm out here in New York City with my beautiful wife celebrating her birthday. So I'm
New
thankful
York.
here. And after
Happy
we leave,
Happy birthday, sis.
Happy born day.
Happy birthday.
Yes,
she hears
yes.
y'all. She hears y'all. She says thank you.
Anniversary. Yeah.
That's coming next week. So we got big plans for our birthday and anniversary.
Congratulations.
Thank you. 26 years. 26 years.
That's beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful.
All right.
So as we celebrate that life and we celebrate that marriage, let's start it off with celebrating the life of someone who's no longer with us.
Quincy Jones. Is Sister Susan gonna speak on it or?
Go ahead.
Well, I could just say for me, I looked at Quincy like an icon, the GOAT, right? So I did a little research on him and I found that he had won like 28 Grammys, 28 Grammys. He's been nominated for so many awards, Golden Globes, Emmys. I mean, he's worked on so many albums, the best-selling album of all time, Thriller. He did Thriller. And he also did Off the Wall, which I feel is Michael Jackson's best album, but we all blow up Thriller. But he did work on, so many projects, the Q project. He's given us so much music. The catalog is so vast and, definitely a legend, and we're going to really miss him. So, RIP to the GOAT.
That's what's up.
Definitely.
Hey, so Mr. Floyd X, you can go ahead and read that information. Hey, Walk, I'm gonna let you say what you say, but hey, man, that's a 5 minutes of funk right there. Thriller versus Off the Wall. But go ahead, Walk. What you about to say?
That would be a good battle.
I want to say this with that album, Michael Jackson Off the Wall album. He was so freaking pissed that he didn't win a Grammy for that. That he went and got Quincy Jones to do that next album. He like, I'm gonna kill him next year, and he did that with Thriller. Straight up.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Quincy Jones.
All right, let me just
Can I say a little something in regards to Quincy?
go ahead, brother.
Okay, because to me, it just really spits in the face. Not spits in the face. It really exposes the lunacy of Kanye, who self-describes himself as a genius. If Kanye is a genius, what the fuck is Quincy? What the fuck is Q? Seriously, I mean,
I couldn't find
a genius at sampling one little tiny silo. I mean, this man went from jazz to bebop. He don't work with Charlie Parker.
Damn.
He Jones,
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. I mean, you remember what's the song? It's My Party. I Cry If I Want To. He produced that crazy white shit. He produced Frank Sinatra. I used to like that song. I mean, this dude got musical scores that are used in soccer that are popularly known throughout Europe. I mean, they don't even know who the source is. I mean, this dude went through so much genres. You know how you can identify an artist like that's you can't even do that with Q.
It's like the Austin Powers song. He did that. The ding ding ding.
Sanford and Son. Did you guys know he did Sanford and Son?
Wait a second. I thought that was crazy.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the theme song.
Well, that was his son.
He said he did Sanford and Son in like 5 minutes.
That's
love that Sanford and Son intro.
And I don't care what nobody say. The Wiz. Man, that's one of Michael Jackson's. You can't win. That's one of his best songs.
You see how dope he go. I mean, how deep he went at the end. So you can tell that he was kind of friend with that, that high. But that was. Hey, man, I love the Wiz. It bombed in the theater, but it's a classic.
That's a classic right now. The Wiz is a classic. It's a must see.
I mean, how many times have they redone the Wiz, the play, the movie? So it's definitely a classic, and he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Let's not mention Kanye West ever again in the same sentence with exactly. I mean,
make sure we don't forget that point. Make sure we don't forget that point. If Kanye is an icon, what the fuck is Quincy Jones? That's a good point. Thank you for sharing that. But let me just address his award. As far as his awards and accolades go, he was an American recording producer. He won like 28 Grammys award, a Primetime Emmy Award, and a Tony Award, as well as nominated 7 times for the Academy of Music. So just address that. And then as far as his death goes, damn, I can't even read that so small. In 1974, Jones developed.
Yeah.
He developed a life-threatening brain aneurysm, leading to a decision to reduce his workload to spend time with his friends and family. Since his family and friends believed Jones' life was coming to an end, they started to plan a memorial service for him. He attended his own service, and his neurologist by his side, in case the excitement overwhelmed him. Some of the entertainers at his service were Richard Pryor, Marvin Gaye, Sarah Vaughan, and Sidney Poitier. Richard Pryor, what the heck?
Wow.
But,
No, he had a funeral service. That was his funeral service back in the 70s.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so that's amazing. That's a beautiful concept to be able to see it. It's sort of like Coming to America too. With
that's what I thought of. Yeah.
But the thing I want to point out in that thing was that they put a clip of something on his brain after the aneurysm, and they said, "Don't play the trumpet again, or you're going to break the clip and you might die." But he was in a concert in Japan and he played the trumpet and it broke. And it just shows how much of a love that when people are committed to what they do, they keep doing it. They can't stop it. So he played the trumpet, it broke, it didn't broke, it came loose. So they had to re-put it, and he's still alive. He lived to be 91 years old. Salute to that brother. Or 93.
And when Tupac died, the lady he was involved with was one of his daughters.
Yeah,
Rashida Jones.
That was Kadada.
That was Kadada. That wasn't Rashida.
No, it
was Kadada.
Okay.
Yeah, they had a good formula for that, because QD3 then it was like a formula. It seems like Quincy Jones' daughter. What is her name again? Kadada will fuck him, and then QD3 will produce him.
Oh my God.
They did that with
I just didn't know what was coming.
They did that with Cool J. Tupac, he produced Machiavelli, Cool J.
When walking
nice guy. You want to speak on it, but I mean, Candyman is a classic movie, so we got to speak on it just for a short clip.
Put up the picture. Okay, first of all, Tony Todd is a legendary voice actor. You know what I'm saying? I know he was the voice for Venom, but I mean, this is a dude that he's been on a lot of horror stuff. You talk about Candyman and stuff like that. You talk about there was this black horror movie that just came out recently where he was sort of like the guy that was kind of setting it up. But I mean, the bottom line is this dude is a legend in the game. He's accomplished a lot, and what we say is that we'll celebrate his life and rest in peace. But that brother put in some great work. He's got some great movies. You check out his. It's not, they don't call it discography when it comes to your movies, but you go and check out his work. That brother's done some things.
It's called filmography.
Yeah.
Salute to that brother, because Candyman was scary. When I was young and I watched it, I was like, whoa. I ain't doing that no more.
There was some consciousness to it. There was some, you know what I'm saying? It had some meanings underneath there. So, there was some layers to that. So, it wasn't just.
And I bet you ain't nobody ever said Candyman 5 times. Like, that was a scary movie. I went on a date with that movie. The chick was so scared, I got me a kiss. I didn't hit, but I got a kiss.
Now, did they do like
salute to that brother? And he was on.
Another one?
And he was on a lot of those shows in the 70s. Like, I think he was on Good Times, What's Happening. Like, he made a lot of cameos in a lot of different TV shows in the early 70s. Salute to that brother. Yes.
Blaxploitation movies. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right, let's
get into it.
Let's get to the get. Let's talk about why President Trump has won. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe the first. Let's go ahead. Go ahead. About to say.
You want to play the clips first, right? Let's play the last pitches that they made before the election, or before the what they called it, the ballots was cast. Let's play the last pitch they made. So we'll do that.
This is about a future with freedom and opportunity and dignity for all Americans.
I will prevent World War III from happening. I know all the players. And it's a very good chance that it will indeed happen. The level of enthusiasm is 5 times greater than their level. They have no level of enthusiasm. They don't believe in her.
And momentum is on our side. Momentum is on our side. Can you feel it? We have momentum, right?
I mean, we're certainly on the 2 or 3 yard line, and the only way we can blow it is if you blow it. I've given you the ball. I mean, you got to go and vote.
And make no mistake, we will win.
She eating those words. Sorry. She's eating those words.
That's how it is. You know, you play the game, you understand that someone's got to win, someone's got to lose. It's never, there's no shame in losing. Losing is just part of the process. That having said, let's talk about why he won.
All right, I'm sorry to keep interrupting, nice guy. I'm sorry. But I just want to play a recap of, I know Brother Camille and Sister Susan, they wasn't on the show last week, but we're going to recap everybody that was on the show last week.
We're going to recap who we voted for.
Who we voted for. So I'll play the clip. It's about 2 minutes long. We'll go and then we'll address why Trump won and does it really matter.
Who you voting for?
I cast my 3 ballots already. And I didn't vote for Trump or Kamala. I voted for Jill Stein. And really, because I know Trump already running away with this, and I didn't want to vote for the airhead.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
El Pooh, who you voting for, brother?
I'm voting for local people.
Okay. You gonna leave it right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Leave it right there. Brother Agnostic.
Man, you know, I'm down here in the swing state. So, man, I got to go with Kamala, man, because your boy, man, he's just too many fascist tendencies, man, too much.
I guess that's you, Student X. What's up? Who you voting for?
Sir, bro, I'm voting for the only anti-Zionist in the election. There's only one, you know, but I'm voting for Dr. Shiva. You know, many people is asking, well, why not Trump? You know, like I said, I'd rather see Trump win this election than the Democrats, no doubt about it. But
no clue.
What about you? Where you at, Floyd X?
All right. See, what had happened was the way my voting is set up. I don't vote, but you know, I know that a vote is going to be cast in my name because every year there's some beautiful lady that just happens to come around and she gets to vote twice. Hey. That's how it works.
Hey, salute to Mrs. Johnson. I know what that means. That means the 2 comes to the house and she fills out both. Hey. So salute to her. So I know she's gonna do the right thing. I feel good about that.
Hey, that voter fraud must run in the family, big bro.
All right, Mr. Nice Guy. The camera's on you. That was a good one. That was a good one. So there we go. So there you have it.
Surprise.
All right, there you have it. Those were our votes from last week. And now we're going to get into why Kamala lost, why Trump won, and does it really matter? Come on, Mr. Nice Guy. Set the stage for us, please.
You probably don't want me to set the stage. First, I'll say that, none of us voted for the person that won. We all voted for who we were going to vote for. And quite frankly, in California, it was going to play out how it was going to play out just because of, that's how that works here. That having been said, oh, darn, I wanted to play something. You know what? I have it loaded up for Mutant Politics. I don't have it loaded up to here. What I was going to basically show a graphic is the graphic of the people who voted. And what you'll notice that Trump has basically gotten the same amount of votes that he got the last time. But as far as this time, the Democrats have gotten about 10, 11 million less votes. So one or two things happened. A lot of people say it was fraudulent. So if they're fraud, they didn't do their fraud. But if it's what more likely the case is, they didn't show up. I mean, she didn't move the needle. She did not get the support. She did not get, she didn't do what she needed. She didn't reach who she needed to reach to get it done. And that's what happened. And you know what? This is a democracy. The people have voted. The people have spoke their will. And you know what? Again, I'm not going to root for him to fail. When he's the captain of the ship that I'm on, that's not how I roll. So salute to Donald Trump, and we'll see how it plays out. I'm glad that he's going to have the House and the Senate to at least to be able to put in his agenda and see how it plays out. Because I don't like it when you have a president that doesn't have the ability to do what they're trying to do. In theory, they're supposed to be trying to do what's going to help everybody else. So we'll see how it plays out.
All right. So who next? Let's see. Who next?
Let me go. She had a bill of goods that nobody wanted. She was trying to sell something that nobody wanted. Talking about all this abortion and all this crap that had nothing to do with nothing. Everybody worried about their pockets. I went to the grocery store this morning. Orange juice, $7.99. That's what we talking about. 5 items in the basket, and you're already at $100. That's what's on everybody's mind. Like I said before, I was making less 4 years ago, but my dollar was going further. Now I'm making way more, and I'm like, damn, yo, bro, let me borrow 100. Something, not really, but yeah, but that's what's going on. Nobody was buying what she was selling, straight up, and that's why she lost.
That's it.
All right. Come on, brother Camille, go ahead and speak your part on it.
Kamala's campaign, like her, was fraudulent, and America saw through it. She had no policy, and that was the bottom line. You know, she didn't answer any questions, and people saw through the bullshit. And America voted for Trump. Latinos, blacks, women crossed all bounds, all what you call that, boundaries. And they voted for the man that's best for the job. Simple as that. And yes, I voted for him myself.
All right, so we got somebody on the panel who voted for Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
You stand corrected, Mr. Nice Guy.
No, I said everybody who voted back then, was he on the panel? Is what I said correct or not?
You said nobody on this panel. You can rewind. You said nobody on this
panel.
Yeah, I wasn't on that panel.
On a 2-minute video.
All right, let's go to our sister. Sister Susan.
Well, this is an interesting panel.
All right, sister, why did how Trump won, and does it matter? We just want to address why Trump won right now.
Well, I feel like he won because America was not ready for a female president, a black female president. I'll say that. I would say that, this election showed me this job is the only, when you apply for a job, I have a government job, by the way. I have a job that supports the government. So when I was applying for my job, do you know the background, the screening, they dug into my past, right? This is the first president that I know that has all of these convictions. I mean, it's absurd to me. It's really absurd. I feel so defeated this week. I mean, you can't say that she didn't have policies and that she didn't run a good race, because she did, and things like reproduction. We care about that. Women care about that. I care about Social Security. I don't know. I believe that maybe she didn't have enough time. Trump's been running, we're going to say, for 10 years, No. I don't think the Democrats were prepared. I don't think that they were prepared. And I think that in the future, they need to do a better job at preparing for things and not waiting to the last minute for, anything could happen. I just don't think that we prepare ourselves for anything. So for me, I'm going to decenter politics for a while, because I lived through a Donald Trump presidency. I never watched CNN in my life. And while he was president, my channel was on CNN for the whole time.
Did you have more money, though?
So much anxiety. I may have had more money, but I care about Social Security.
Thank you. Come on. Hell no.
I care about, what we leave for our children, because some of the policies that he.
I'm sorry, Susan. I did get you off the horn. because he did make a point. He said something that you agreed with. I'm sorry, so I gave him a horn.
What
That
did
was
he
the
say?
point. He said
That
that
he had more
he
money.
had
That
more
I had
money,
more money.
and you say, yeah, under Trump. And
Well,
listen, wait, hold on.
And there weren't no wars at the time either.
Hold on, brother
he's
Camille.
the
Hold on.
only president
But
that
wait,
hasn't
That
taken.
was-
hold on. Listen. Brother Camille interrupted you when you said he's been running for 10 years. I agree with you because he's 2016, whenever that election was, he was running back then. So when she says he was running for 10 years, I agree. And he
Yeah.
built a base, he built a foundation. And now correct me if I'm wrong, Sister Susan, but he was running for 10 years. Kamala, Miss Harris was running for
107 days.
okay. I
Okay.
get it.
107.
So go ahead and finish, sister. Go ahead.
And I'll wrap it up. I just want to say that this election has shown me from social media, from talking to other people, how people really feel about Black women, and it's devastating. Okay, it is devastating. Black women, we are tired.
I disagree with that point.
Okay, you disagree with it?
It doesn't show how people feel about Black women.
No, it doesn't.
It shows how people feel about Kamala, who people say wasn't Black.
She wasn't Black to begin with.
It's an insult.
Because she's not one of us. She's Punjabi. She's not one of us.
Let's let my brother here give his spiel. Let's all give their
spiel. I mean, number one, it was not about female or Black. It's about the fact that she didn't know what the hell she was doing. And she wasn't even put in that position to be running through a democratic process. They ousted poor Joe, Sleepy Joe, and they inserted her into that position. And she was backed by billions of dollars. And because she didn't have a policy, and most of the time she was laughing and joking, people saw right through the BS.
Let me say this.
Right through it.
Let me address this. Look, I feel like when you say that because don't like Black women, I separate the two. We demonstrate, Black men demonstrate we love Black women because
Black women.
Most households, from what's stated, is run by Black women, right? Black women, the big mama of the house. She's the mama. Everybody respect my mama. When these young football players get on screen, I want to thank who?
My mama. That's right.
So you can't say that we don't love and respect Black women. You can't. It's not. It's don't. They don't line up.
Come on, man.
Oh man, come on, man. That's a
tired excuse, man.
Stop. There's too many people talking. Too many people talking. Hold on.
My opinion. Okay.
I think you're gonna get some support.
Nah, it's facts, sis. It ain't opinion. It's facts.
What's facts? What's facts, brother?
Let brother speak. Let Afro speak. Go ahead, brother.
No, I'm saying misogyny is real. Hatred of women is real. And Trump played on that. He exploited the misogyny that already exists, that's embedded in this society, and he played on racism, and he played on xenophobia. That's basically that's what he ran on. But as you mentioned, his popular vote wasn't too different from his popular vote when he ran in 2020. I think the problem with the Dems is that the Dems, one, as you mentioned, her campaign was slow starting. I mean, she had 3 months or so, or even less than that. Trump started his campaign in 2022. He already had appealed to his base, which are a bunch of non-college educated white men, evangelists, who believe all the disinformation that his boy puts on X, that, they have 2 billion viewers that viewing all this disinformation around women, around immigrants taking your job, they're going to break in your house and stab you to death, all this crazy shit that appealed to that base. But the problem with the Dems is that they used that Chuck Schumer strategy that they used in the midterm in New York, which was to appeal to the moderates, to the moderate Republicans. That's pretty much what they ran. And I agree with Walt. They didn't, abortion and things like that, one single issues, but not like real, like dealing with poverty and homelessness. I think their actual policies, of course, are better than Trump. Trump's a ignorant fascist. He knows he's incompetent. He knows nothing. I mean, to even say that he's less competent or he's more competent than Kamala, that's utterly ridiculous. But they couldn't articulate, they didn't message, they didn't appeal to their base. which was, black folks appeal to what we want to see. If they would have done that, I believe they would have gotten those 10 million votes that they lost, which I think one thing is interesting, since folks are always pushing conspiracy theories, is that one thing about that drop is that it's inconsistent with the turnout in the midterm elections, and is inconsistent with the polls in this election, like in certain states where they went for right to abortion, but they also voted for Trump. So I mean, something is not panning out, but the mathing ain't mathing. I don't know what it is, but if the Dems would have appealed to their base instead of appealing to the moderate Republicans, they probably would have done much better.
Well, let's ask ourselves then how competent is she really? Is she couldn't even appeal to her base? The math is math, and at the end of the day,
that's not a matter of her competency to do the job. That's a matter of the strategy of the Democratic Party. They did a weak ass strategy. That's not, but is she more competent? That's a totally different.
The Democrats had $300 million more dollars than the Trump campaign had.
No, I'm saying competency in doing the job. No,
that took place from the Democrats in general. Again, just going back to the question, why did Trump win? We could be here all day talking about why he won, but one of the main reasons that I have not heard mentioned yet was them actually playing and monitoring the election real closely this time around. The RNC launched a swing state initiative that mobilized thousands of polling place monitors, poll workers, and attorneys served as election integrity watchdogs. Monitors were observing every step of the election process. There are hotlines created for poll watchers to report perceived problems. They were very organized this time around because many of us absolutely believe the election was stolen. Now, the thing that we had mentioned was
who believes it's
a fact. I know it was.
Besides a couple of black folks.
The immigration and border security. That was number 2 on the list. And between the economy and immigration and border security, that is why the masses of people, including 1 out of every 5 black men, and when you go to a place like Philadelphia, it was 1 in 4 black men who supported and voted for Trump.
Okay, so first of all, black men and black women voted the least for Trump, so they don't account for Trump's victory. Trump's victory was pretty consistent over the court, and then if you look at most of the black men that did vote for Trump, they were foreign black men. They were not African American ADOS, so to speak, black men.
Not true, man. That's not true.
Wait, brother Camille. Let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask the question directly to you.
Yes, sir.
Did more black men? What's the percentage of black men that voted for Trump? Was that percentage more or less than the percentage of Latin men voting for Trump?
Say that again. You went out. You was going in and out.
Okay, the percentage of black men that voted for Trump, was that percentage higher or lower than the percentage of Latino men that voted for Trump?
It was lower.
Okay, another question. The percentage of black men who voted for Trump versus the percentage of white men that voted for Trump.
Of course, that goes without saying, brother.
I'm saying that proves.
I mean, they have more numbers than us anyway. So
we said percentages. Percentages don't matter about the sum.
Overall, more black men voted for Trump this election than last election.
That's
especially
true.
In Chicago.
They went from
especially in Chicago.
They went from something like 80% to like 74%. That's what it was. I'm just saying it. So when he says that,
and where are you getting your information from? Because I mean, are you going from fake news, or are you going from the Democratic news outlets, or what's your source? Are those the same ones that were saying that Kamala was ahead last week? It was going to be the winner this week.
First of all, you're talking about polls. I'm not talking about that. I'm just
talking about really fake news, man. Fake.
Brother, you just admitted. You said that. You just said that black people, by and large. I mean, you laughing, but I'm saying
we voted more for Trump this time than last time. That's what I'm saying, my brother.
No.
Right. Fuck the percentages.
Yeah. Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? You're getting into all this intricate, unnecessary rhetoric, brother.
It's not rhetoric.
Bottom line is
this every week.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Listen.
Trump won.
Listen. Stop. Black men. This is my question. I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna talk, and then I'm gonna let you talk. Afro-agnostic said that black men voted for Kamala they supported Kamala more than the other races or whatever. Is that correct? Is that what you said, Afro-agnostics?
I mean, that's absolute fact.
Okay, so the question is, all I'm asking you, brother.
Look, the percentage of black people who voted for her this time was 6% less than last time.
You're not answering.
She lost votes among the black community.
I know, we agree that. We're not disputing. Yes. She lost votes. She lost votes. More black men voted for Trump this time than last time. We acknowledge that. That's not the discussion.
So what's the discussion?
I'm trying to tell you. Did more black men support Kamala or did they support Trump?
That's a no-brainer.
So what's the answer?
More black men supported her, of course.
That was the only point that
they did. But what's the point?
Would you tell them the point of why you brought it up after agnostic?
Like, what's the point? More black men voted.
You made a statement that black people in reference to Kamala or something, and I was just countering that point by saying that more black people voted. I mean that black men and black women are the least supportive of Trump, are the least supportive of any demographic. That's my point. That was on
okay. But see, I see that you was carrying that same rhetoric of calling him a fascist and Hitler and all that stuff, man. Come on, brother.
Fascist and a racist.
No, there's no people more racist than the Democratic Party, man. None. You know what I'm saying? None more racist. And you give black people a pass for being racist and saying all these things that if Trump and white people said it, you'll be ready to go to the Supreme Court and get people arrested and all types of other stuff. The bottom line is this: Kamala wasn't qualified, brother. And she was supporting transgender reassignments for our children. She had Tampon Tim with her to help her with those efforts. And the bottom line is this, man.
It's sex changes for prison inmates. Sex changes for prison inmates.
Again,
that's our tax dollars.
And that's incorrect. And again, that's incorrect.
What's incorrect?
See, all she said was like she said this.
Man, come on, bro.
Hey. Let me interrupt. Excuse me. Let me interrupt real quick. I just want to say, I think y'all doing a great job on the show. I got to get out of here. We got to go celebrate. But hey, I appreciate everybody that's on the show today.
Thank you, brother.
Brother Camille, Brother Charles, Brother Nice Guy, Walk, Susan, and Brother Afro Agnostic. I appreciate all of you, but I got to get out of here. I hope y'all finish the great show. I know y'all going to end it on a bang. I look forward to it. I know y'all going to do y'all thing on the mutant politics. Man, have a great day. I love y'all. I'm out.
Salute, brother. Peace and blessings.
Famous words of Megan Thee Stallion. Bye, nigga.
Well, I think the arguments that the brother is making kind of makes the point as far as the disinformation that was out there that was given to a lot of his base. And it's just like the whole thing of, transgenders or people are getting sex surgery in prison and all of this stuff. This is just a bunch of
No, it's not. I had the unfortunate experience of being in prison and seeing for myself that this is going on. I have personal knowledge of the fact that they're in Cortland, California.
Let me kill that right now.
Hold on a second, okay? I'm just we're gonna establish a sort of protocol so we're not talking over each other.
True.
I may mute people, but I'm just saying I'm gonna give you a turn and stuff like that. So you're gonna be able to speak your piece, but we can't just be talking over each other, stuff like that. So that having been said, Afro Agnostics, before you speak, I'm gonna give the floor to you, but I want to give Brother Camille the opportunity to at least get out the point. He said that he was in prison and he observed. What did you observe, brother?
The actual reassignments, the sex changes that were taking place and are taking place. Okay. So not that I was in prison recently, but I have a family member that's in prison currently, and the reassignments have been taking place. You don't have to have any money on your books, but if you want to be a girl, you can become a girl at the state's payment.
So now, you made your point. Now, brother, Afro Agnostics, you want to speak on this? Because I got something to retort to that as well. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I didn't mean to mute you.
I hear your retort.
Okay. So my thing is this. What she said is all she was saying. Look, I don't have a problem with it. She said, but this was the law when Donald Trump was the president. This was the law. It wasn't a law that she created. You said you observed this. When you observed it, who was the president when you observed this? Sorry, I got you muted. But I'm going to ask you a question. Brother Camille, when you observed this happen, who was the president?
Well, it's going on right now, Joe Biden.
No. I said, who was the president when you observed it? You said you're not in president now. I'm saying, who was the president when you observed it in prison?
Obama.
Okay, so that having been said, Obama was before Trump. So again, this rule was in place before Trump, during whatever. So, all this stuff was made like this was her thing. This was just how it is. So by making it her thing, this is why it's disinformation. When you're talking about,
she's on videotape saying she supported it. That's where he getting the information, bro. She's on video saying she supported it.
She's on video saying she supports the law. She said, "Is that the law? I support the
law."
That's
enough. That's enough right there. And guess what? The American people voted against that.
Walk. Do you understand? It was the law during Trump.
It still exists.
It
still exists. These are certain medical rights. These are certain rights that you get as if you're diagnosed with certain illnesses, with not illnesses,
certain mental illnesses,
but certain I forget what they call the conditions or experiences that are categorized as
mental illness,
gender.
Yes, that's it.
And stuff
mental
like
illness.
that. I'm saying in other conditions as well, you qualify for the surgery. It doesn't matter if you're in prison or not. They can't withhold medical rights to people because they're in prison. So it's not something that
this is
something. I'm saying, look, they got y'all. I'm saying they got a lot of y'all chasing these ghosts. Like this whole anti-immigration thing goes all the. You know what the first anti-immigration law, when it was created, the first anti-immigration law in 1798, they were doing this against the French way back then. Yeah, and the Alien and Sedition Act of 1798.
Okay,
all of this. This is a bunch of crap to get you looking that way at the immigrants, thinking that they're the enemy, they're taking your job. It's the employer that's hiring them because they're cheap labor that's taking your jobs, not them. They're not. They kill each other.
We all know
most of them don't even have jobs.
We can look statistics. We can look at the Bureau of Labor. We can see that they are heavily involved in agriculture and construction and certain type of jobs that are not even desirable. Like if they were to disappear, the economy would collapse because of that. Because that would they make up.
Bullshit, man. Come on, bro. Eric Adams just cut off the food stamp program just the other day. You know,
what I'm saying is that
because they were bankrupt in New York.
What I'm saying is that they're not the threat.
That was
not even looking at
$1,400 a month.
Come on now,
cash. But the food stamps. Yeah,
yes, they was. Yeah.
You say, hold on, rewind it again.
They was getting $1,400 a month, bro.
Who was
the immigrants in New York? They was getting. That's the cash, not including the food stamps. Not including the food stamp. Come on, man. Come on, brother.
No, I'm saying, but you're still. If that's true in that instance, we haven't even. Let's just say they're getting a portion of the resources of the federal budget is going to them, man. But you're majoring in the minor. Wall Street is your enemy. Wall Street is taking the Reagan Revolution, where they reversed, they roll call.
You diving down that hole. You're going too deep in the hole.
You going. You know that's what you call diversion tactics, man. You know. Come on, man.
We got to stop talking over each other.
Where you at, Stu next? Come on, man.
Come on, brother.
Where's Stu next?
Listen. You got to understand.
Let's
okay?
change the subject.
I don't want to. Walk. Settle down. It's just not an issue of let's have some type of decorum about this, because we'll get complaints about this. Again, when he's saying that, look, you're talking about these people wasting these resources. There's way bigger resources that are being wasted. So he's not saying it's a diversion. He's saying that, look, you're focusing on the microcosm. You're not dealing with the macrocosm. It's so I'm saying, if you disagree with that, you disagree with that. But I'm just saying, to say that it's not a rational take, that that's a stretch. But brother Brother Student X, you have not been speaking. If you want to throw in some, let give you some free time to speak on this. If you want to add some more to the discussion, if you see it going one way or the other, hey, speak what you got to speak, bro.
Yes, no, I've been very patient. We're about to do a show that usually goes for at least 2 hours. Some of these same brothers are going to be on the show, and we're going to get into it, and we're going to make sure that everyone has a chance to speak. But again, the topic we were on was why Trump won, and we haven't even got to does it even really matter yet, and we got about 15 minutes left in the show. So I know we've been getting on tangents, but the bottom line is we've been talking about why he won. Now it's a whole different debate and argument on if the 5+ million more people that voted for Trump over Kamala Harris, and Trump winning the popular vote, the first time a Republican has done so, and I don't know how long. Over Bush. In over 3,000 U.S. counties in the United States, there was a swing right towards his policy and him being the president. Now the Republicans control the House, the Senate, the executive branch, and then he also is going to appoint 2 new younger appointees on the Supreme Court. This was a decisive win by Trump, and it's not because the people, the electorate, are just ignorant and dumb and don't know what the hell is going on, which is what Democrats and people who support Kamala has been asserting all along. It's just ridiculous.
Come on,
are you saying that they didn't insert that? I mean, to me, I always said it's disrespect to say that the other side is dumb and stuff like that. But are you saying that Trump hasn't been doing that? You saying the Republicans haven't been saying it? I mean, honestly, that's been happening on this very panel.
I'm not saying anything other than the fact that Trump won decisively. No debate about it. In fact, we found out the results before midnight. Which if you had told me prior to the election that was going to happen, I would have said no. But it was so decisive, and so clear that they're still doing the counts right now. He's going to end up with over at least 310 of the Electoral College, and again, well over 5 million more votes than what Kamala Harris received. And I'm saying that's not by accident. It's not because of racism and misogyny and all the other things. The excuses, not because of Biden. All the excuses that are being thrown out here is because the American people believe that the policies Trump is promoting through Agenda 47, not this Project, 2025.
Come on, Brother X.
Own agenda. They believe that is in the best interest of America, moving forward, versus what was being promoted by the Democrats. And I will emphasize and underline and underscore the fact that 74 million that rocked with him before, those 74 million showed up again. I don't think this is a big referendum of where America is at as far as the masses. It's the people that was rolling and rocking with him before are rocking with him again. The people that were rocking with the Democrats, whether they existed or not, they weren't rocking with him this time. I mean, that fundamentally happened. You can't lie about the numbers.
And I agree with
we're not
one
lying about the numbers, but what we are seeing. Go ahead.
Hold on a second.
I agree with one point he made, that the country is steadily moving over to the right, and the Democratic Party is today. Today's Democrats are yesterday's Republicans, and yesterday's Republicans are even more to the right. So I agree with that one part. But establishing causation is very hard. I never said exactly why he won, but I was naming out some facts, and things would have probably panned a different way if these X, Y, and Z had not have happened. But I mean, it's too early right now for anyone to have confidence that they know exactly the causation as to why. It's very hard to establish exact causation, because you have to, there's a whole process for doing that, the independent variable and isolating variables. It's very hard to predict that. All we're doing is trying to explain why and possibly what could have happened if this X, Y, and Z did not happen.
I would say that this was the most.
It's really just a display of ignorance.
Our election in the history of America. Some would say even the most important. And the one thing that I would agree with the brother that he just said is absolutely that the people are shifting, to the right, and then that today's Republicans are yesterday's Democrats. And what I understand that to mean is that it used to be the Democrats were for the working people. They were the anti-war party.
I didn't say that. Hold up. I didn't say that, though.
Now, the Republicans are the ones focused on workers and then focus on ending a lot of this, these foreign wars, that's draining America of resources.
They're anti-union. How they focus on workers?
People. Let me stop real quick. Let's run those comments back. We got a new somebody comment, Liberty Twitcher.
Yeah, I already put it up there. I already put it up there. I put it up.
Very knowledgeable gentleman.
No, I mean let's read his comments so we can get interactive with I want to see if I have to block his ass.
Today's Democrats are extreme. Tampons in boys' grammar school bathrooms, boys and girls' high school sports, the border left wide open for illegal, etc. That is why Trump run. Again,
it's basic.
Wait, hold on.
You know what I mean? We know why.
See, that's America talking right there. That's America.
That's it.
Yeah,
I know. And
Liberty Twitcher is the voice of America. Right there.
That's it.
And this is when we talk about disinformation, because when you talk about the tampons in the men's.
Wait a minute! I got pictures of tampons in the bathroom right up out here in the men's bathroom.
Again,
you know what I mean?
It's like, look,
come on now. Y'all so like.
Oh man,
I don't understand, man. It's just mind blowing how man. It's like crazy, man.
Hey, brother, check this out. It's not a function of tunnel vision. Okay, You're not letting us get our points out. Okay, I understand that you have a different position. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to have a decent discussion, but we don't want to have this clutter and mess. Now, again, you can have pictures that show all type of things, but again, that's just like flat Earth. I'm just telling you, there's gonna be people that show you pictures of all type of stuff because anybody can create this stuff. This is not the reality. The fact of the matter is that if you actually talk to Tim Walz in Minnesota, exactly what the policy was, it's not how it's been presented. When you're talking about open borders and stuff like that, these were things that they didn't necessarily support. They didn't take care of it. They deserve to be trashed for it. There's cause to criticize the Democrats the way they handled this stuff. But the bottom line is when you're talking about they had like grown men, pictures of grown men, competing in the sports with little girls and stuff like that. That's what you call hyperbole. That's extra stuff. And again, they sold it.
And that's something that ain't nobody talking about. See, you in that Democratic bubble, bro. Nobody mentioned none of that stuff you talking about. What Liberty Twitch said is what's really going on in America. I got young kids, and I'm worried about them teaching my son about, a boy can be a girl. The Prince and the Prince is a book. That's a book, bro. That's a book. See, you don't have younger kids, so you might not be up on that. See, this is the voice of America. Liberty Twitch, give him a horn just for making that comment, bro, because that's what's going on in America. And it's real. It's not propaganda. It's not propaganda.
It's reality. That's reality.
Now, you're right. Those books, those are out there. Again, that's not stuff that I support. You're not always right. Again, you're not always right. Those things are out there. There's a lot of stuff out there that I don't support. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But again, what I do is, I regulate my own kids. I stick my kids in the school, whatever. I talk to my kids. I always made it a point that, look, I don't want my kids to run away from what's out there. I want you to be fully versed with how the world works and prepared to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? With the shield and whatever. So again, I was never a person about shielding my child from the. Go ahead.
Can I just say something? I don't want to delve into that, like the nonsense with the tampons. It's not even worth addressing, but
it's not worth addressing.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. See, brother. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Brother.
Hold up. Come on.
Wait,
these little shots. These little shots y'all keep taking.
Brother Camille, you not understanding his point. It's not a shot taken at you. You got to hear his whole point before you go off on it.
Okay, I just want to say, I mean, just a more of a mathematical analysis and kind of thinking about the folly of the Democratic strategy. The Democratic Party has never had hasn't had a white majority in any presidential election since LBJ. And LBJ, he brought in the Great Society, a lot of the policies that were fought for by the Civil Rights Movement and by the Black Power movement as well. So when that happened, the Southern strategy occurred. White folks started to move away from the Democratic Party. And that's why they've never gained that majority. So their strategy in this election, I think, which was a macrocosm of the strategies that they used in New York in the midterm election, was to appeal to the moderate Republicans. That's why they did the commercials with the Cheney lady and saying that Cheney and the other former Republicans are on their side. So that explains why there was a drop. So I mean, there's one thing that explain why Trump won, but why was there a drop? Those people just didn't show up. They were not pro-Trump. They didn't show up because both candidates were conservative. And in that end, it's just kind of what happened in New York. The conservatives win. The most conservatives win. The people who are outside of that don't even show up because they don't have any choice.
So, brother Camille, I just want you to see if you can see where your mic. I want you to know when your mic is on. So I'm not trying to stifle you. I just don't want you to talk. I want the talk over. So
it's all good, brother.
I want you to see that you'll be able to see that when your mic. So when you come in, that's cool, brother. So that having said, hey, Liberty Teacher is making some great points over here. I mean, and again, I'm a conservative. I'm not a liberal. You know what I'm saying? So I do take issue with the abortion thing, not because I don't support abortion. I don't support it at all. But again, I don't think that it should be regulated by the government. I think that that's a situation where Republicans talk a lot of stuff about, hey, we don't want the government. Blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? That's the same way that you should feel about abortion. But one of the things that's really hurting females about this abortion stuff, if they have if the child is dead inside of them, a lot of these doctors are scared to remove it because of these laws. That's literally happened. People have died.
Bullshit.
It actually happened. It actually happened. You can say bullshit what you want, but it happened. It's just like when they brought up that female that said, hey, because of your lax border policies, this dude came in and killed, my daughter or something. That really did happen. It's a shame and it's a tragedy. But on the flip side, this thing is really happening. You can say bullshit all you want,
But those are outliers, brother. Clearly there are a lot more successful abortions of people wanting to murder their child, than some of these other outliers that you're mentioning. You know what I mean? So,
but
those rules, I just don't understand.
The rules impacted them the same. That's the problem. You're right. It's an outlier. It's just like the border situation. It's an outlier, but it's something to legitimately.
Well, we're not going to agree on that. The border situation is not outlier.
What's an outlier is what's
tens of millions of undocumented immigrants, crossed over.
But no, the outlier is the violence behind it, as opposed to that was particularly described. But go ahead. What you about to say, Afro-agnostics?
I can't. What did he just mentioned the abortion? Okay, I was just saying we can't take these things out of context. When we look at women, just recently got the right to vote 100 years ago, 1920. That was white women with the 19th Amendment. When I was still alive, I was young. My auntie, she couldn't even get a C-section because she couldn't get consent from her husband. I mean, it's about autonomy and control over a woman's body, her having that control or men having that control. The Republicans are big about individualism and autonomy and stuff like that, except when it comes to a woman's body. Women couldn't even get credit cards on their own just in the 70s and 80s. You couldn't even get a housing if you were a single mother. I mean, we want to act like this is something out of concern about a child and childbirth. Republicans and conservatives don't care about children like that or the youth. It's about controlling a woman's body. That's the head.
I mean, Susan, Susan, you speaking.
One statement. I just feel like if you don't have a vagina, you should not be policing a body. Period. Don't tell me what to do with my body if you do not have or own a vagina. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, but the thing is that there's a body that grows inside of the woman, and then when a man and woman co-create a child, that for a woman to have that total choice, being able to end that life, that's where a lot of men feel like, there's not a lot of equity there. But in general, it's not just men. There's also women who are saying that this should not be normal. This should not be something that is acceptable in our society. More women support, are pro-life, than men.
Acceptable, but it happens. Incest, rape, those things happen.
Trump made it clear that
most people don't argue with the fact that abortion in those cases, should be legal.
Most abortions occur during miscarriage. And most of that is due to the lack of proper health care, which the fucking Republicans don't support. They don't support women's rights and better health care. They don't support affordable health care or universal health care or any of that. When you reducing infant mortality would do more. Reducing maternal mortality would do more. Again, I'm just making a point. This is not a concern about children. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Like,
right, so let me address what you just said, bro. It's only Republicans I know are focused on having the chemicals and the various, byproducts inside of our food supplies being removed and outlawed, and having more of a standard like you find inside Europe, where we're getting more healthy food. We're focused on foods that are not stripping men of testosterone. Only Republicans care about that issue.
200 years ago, 200 years ago, you had none of these synthetic chemicals in our foods. Everything was
we're not talking about 200 years.
Life expectancy was 30 years less than what it is now.
Yeah, but we have the advance of modern medicine and whatnot. That alone is helping people live longer. But again, there are terrible chemicals and products inside the food supply, and only Republicans right now are the only ones who are fighting against that. And with Bobby Kennedy's, a role now with the Trump administration, he is going to play a vital role in that. And most the Republicans or Democrats agree that, Bobby Kennedy is the champion of that cause.
Hey, Student X, I got a question for you, Student X. So you're telling me that the Republicans are the leading party behind like certified organic foods and stuff like
health
that.
And wellness.
No, that's not my question, brother. I'm talking about the movement. When you go into like the certified and all this, the vegetarian, all this stuff like that, aren't those people tend to be more liberal types than conservative types?
No, are you talking about diet in terms of who tends to be vegan versus?
Yeah, you're talking about vegan. Yeah, veganism to make you more female. Yes.
I mean, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. I have no doubt that there are more.
Make you more feminine.
I say that.
I have no doubt about that.
Make you more soft.
I make that argument because you said the only Republicans are worried about the chemicals in your food, and I'm just saying that that's a ridiculous position to take, considering how a lot of the holistic movement and stuff like that. That's not the conservative movement.
Can I?
Go ahead.
Part of it.
Hold
on. A clean food supply and not, digesting chemicals.
Hold on a second. And I'm telling you, liberals support that. Go ahead. What were you about to say? Alpha-agnostics.
It's just so much misinformation. I don't even know where to start. But this whole notion of putting chemicals.
Come on, let's not do the wild thing.
I'm just saying though, why everything that we say is misinformation and everything we say is misinformation? Who made y'all authorities on anything? That's my question. What makes y'all the authorities on anything?
Listen. You say that it's
misinformation. Come on, man. Everything you say is information.
Wait, stop. Are you not saying that he's got misinformation?
Hey, when you say what he just said about who are you implying is misinformed, brother?
Wait.
Let me respond. You asked me like 3 questions.
Because you're going back to 1920 and talking about the Suffrage Act. That makes you the
damn brother. Look, brother. I mean, look. I'm just saying it. We're both saying that the other side has got misinformation. Do you agree? Do you think that it's misinformation when he says what he's brother Charles Student X?
Bro, we never did this mutant thing before on this. We are getting over time right now anyway, so maybe we should start, coming to a hedge. But, I'm agreed, let's hear, let's let brother make his last point, brother Afro. And then if brother Camille want to make a rebuttal, let's make a rebuttal, and then, it is about that time.
I just want you to focus on, the question.
And I was speaking specific, to a lot of information I heard, but the fundamental information, the fundamental flaw or thinking when he talked about they're putting chemicals in the food. So from my perspective, that's my background. That when people say that term, people in chemistry, chemists and biologists, we kind of cringe when people say that because they don't understand that everything that ever is and ever will be is made up of the 101 or 2 chemicals on the periodic table of elements. There's like chemicals make up everything. So that idea that somehow they're putting chemicals in the food,
but that's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're not.
Were talking about there. Okay, but anyway, I think we are. When you equate vegetarianism with health, that's a false.
I didn't equate that. Mr. Nice.
I
didn't say you did. I mean, I thought you did, but I know Nice Guy did too. I mean,
I'm not saying I'm talking about. All I was talking about people that were of this leaning that had this take. You said the only people. I know, not you. I'm talking.
One of the basic things I think that made food more healthy is nutritional labels. And that did not come from the conservatives. That came from Ralph Nader. That came from the Democratic Party and independents that pushed that movement, that consumer rights movement. We have the right to know what's in our food. So everything else is kind of like a derivative of that, kind of came from that effort. And that definitely didn't come from Republicans or conservatives or anything like that.
Can I ask you a question?
Can I answer it?
Yes, you can answer it. I think you can, since you have a chemical background. Now, how many ingredients would it take to make a loaf of bread at home? Probably about 5, right? It wouldn't take that many ingredients. But if you look at the back of any loaf of bread today, you have around 50 ingredients, most of which are made up of chemicals, additives, and preservatives. So how do you explain that? Is that part of the periodic table?
I don't really understand the question. Like a lot of
you're saying that it's not no chemicalization going on. That's what you were saying.
No. I'm saying this notion that chemicals are bad just because you say when you put chemicals in something, that automatically implies something bad. I'm just saying there's not everything is made of the elements on the periodic table. I can make H2O, for instance, water. It's going to have the same chemical and physical properties as naturally occurring H2O.
But what about when you add the unnatural to them, when you start adding and mixing things together?
The body doesn't say this is synthetic and this is not, and there's no negative connotation on anything that's synthetic. Just because it's synthetic doesn't mean it's bad or it's harmful to your health.
But sometimes it does, right?
Wait. Let me put a bow on this.
Just like there's more natural things that are harmful to your health than natural things. I mean, there's more natural things than unnatural things.
So in other words, like using drugs is okay, right? Basically, that's healthy too.
Again, this is a misconception.
Misconception. Okay.
Wait. You're not. Again, look, brother Camille. You're asking the question. He has to give you the context of his answer.
I understand.
But you're saying that, but you're jumping it. Because see, I agree with you. When you have bread that has a whole bunch of ingredients versus bread that has a little bits of ingredients, when I purchase something, the first thing I do is I look at the ingredients. If I see 2 options and one has a little bit of ingredients, one has a lot of bit of ingredients, I run for the thing that has a little bit of ingredients. I get it. That's not. There's no dispute there on that. What he's saying that look, it really doesn't matter whether it has a lot or a little. If the combination is bad, you can actually have a small combination of ingredients, and this thing still be unhealthier because what it's made up is bad. So again, he's just talking about bad is objective. It's not a function of whatever.
And the whole notion, like drugs, if something's a drug, is bad. Usually when you make a drug chemically, you're taking a compound, you're isolating it, and then you're concentrating. But it's not necessarily bad. It all has to do with, these are false categories, poison, medicine. It all has to do with quantity, how much.
Okay.
I can give you something that's medicinal and give you too much, it becomes a poison. I can give you a poison in the right amount, it can work medicinally. These are false categories that we walk around with, but chemically they don't make sense when you deal with chemistry.
Okay. So what do you like the fact that 60% of Americans are obese today, as opposed to 25 years ago when it was just 10%? Do you attribute that to the additives and preservatives that's in food?
No, I don't.
Like the MSG and stuff like that?
No, I attribute it to motherfuckers is eating more.
Oh, people are eating more. Okay.
Absolutely.
But there's chemicals in the food that make you want to eat more. Do you know about that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Check this out. Okay, check this out. I'm muting everybody. I'm muting everybody because look, we gone over time. We didn't even go into the commercials, and a lot of this was a lack of discipline. The fact of the matter is, we actually will agree with a lot of points. You know what I'm saying? And I think that one of the problems is that you don't let a person fully get their point out to understand what it is that they're saying, to have the context. Because some of these things we're not disagreeing on. We just didn't get to them. So that having been said, Sister Susan.
Yes.
Again, I told you this was going to be a little bit of something coming on this show. I'm glad you came on the show. Hopefully, this don't discourage you from coming back. Is there something that you would like to say in closing? Because Brother Camille, I'm gonna give you something to say in closing as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Nice Guy. I would like to say thank you guys for having me, And yeah, I could receive some of the information that the brothers were speaking, and I have some takeaways myself. And lastly, ending, Walk isn't on here, but I just wanted to say, because I had seen that clip where he had called Kamala airhead, and I just want us to realize that does not. I just don't appreciate with all of the name calling when it comes to, I'm gonna say it, Black women. I don't appreciate it, but I hope that the people that voted for Trump get everything that they deserve. And thank you for having me.
That's what's up. Now, brother Camille, I want to give you, brother, what you want to say, what you want to close with, brother. The floor is yours. Whatever you want to say, unrestrained.
For one, it was an honor being amongst you and being able to dialogue and receive as well. And I just want to say that, at the end of the day, we're all Black, and we got to do what we got to do as a people. We know that the Democrats and the Republicans are just two wings on the same bird, and that bird has been giving us hell for the past 400 years. So I just wanted to be known that, I respect and appreciate all of you. And once again, it's a pleasure and an honor to be a part of this panel.
And that having been said, I want to say that, hey, check this out. You're wearing the cap. Let's do this. The university, you got some stuff. You got a website. If people want to reach out to you, what do they got to do?
Yes, Macadine University. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. And Macadine University is a philosophy, an academia, and way of life for men. 70% of Black men come from single households and didn't have the transmittance of masculine information given to them. So a lot of us are suffering from different social and emotional diseases that comes from not having a father and that proper influence in your life. So the Macadine University is geared and aimed at restoring those things to boys and men.
And the website is
Macadine University. That's the name of it. Macadine University at Facebook, Macadine University on YouTube. That's
the stuff. Okay, that having been said, Student X, what do you want to do? What's your closing?
Yes, sir. Just tune in to Mutant Politics next 10:30. We're going to have again a really exciting dialogue, multi opinions on there as well. And then, I'm looking forward to that show. And it's always an honor to be on this show as well, with the diversity as well.
And hopefully there'll be less chaos. That having said, in closing, what would you got the floor, brother Afro Agnostics? What's up?
Yeah, just apologies for my contribution to the chaos. We all get very passionate about our subject matter. And but I just want to say that I guess we got to move forward and challenge this fascist agenda, this creeping fascism, and part of voting is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to participation and change. So everyone on the panel, everyone in the audience needs to join an organization and get involved in building a social movement to challenge patriarchy, challenge capitalism, challenge white supremacy and racism, xenophobia and homophobia, because those things are necessary for Black liberation.
So that's what's up. So that having been said, let me get you off this solo. Sorry about that. Again, thank you for tuning in and checking with us. We apologize we didn't get our commercials out, but shout out to La Brea Trucking. Shout out to gobealive.org. Get you some of that Black honey, even though we didn't play the commercial. But that having been said, a lively discussion, nothing but respect for you guys, and I'm pretty sure Walker's going to be very upset about being dropped, but I don't give a mother effer. That having said, thank you. Like, subscribe. Yeah, I did that. Like, subscribe, share.